Alright, so this review might not be long. Probably because I really enjoyed this movie a lot. Now, is it long at certain points? Yes, its pacing is a little bit off at certain points. But watching this movie in line with the rest of the X-Men movie really hit hard this time, and I really felt the emotions. Probably because of certain characters in this movie that was like, my heart, oh my gosh. But this is it. This is the bow tie to an actor career as a character. This is two of them, I would say, actually. Like, it's a great finale to two characters, or two actors playing two characters that I think probably should get talked about more, in regards to the way you feel about the rest of the movie. But 2017 Logan, it hit hard. It hit hard, it hits home, and it delivers. It delivers. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What is Movie Breakdowns? A movie review series where we look at new and old movies, give them a grade A through F. Plus and minuses do count. And if there's a movie you want me to review, let me know. Please put it in the comment section below. I get to it as best I can. I'm dropping my pen, I use my iPad. It's whatever. I always record whatever it is I'm recording. I put it out there because I don't hide anything. But let's keep it rolling. I also have a Patreon. Patreon.com/Ali Zakka. And on that Patreon, you get first come, first serve. You pay for my services. If you're paying for it, I'm going to get it out there for you so you can watch it, review it, whatever the case may be. If movie you want me to review, put it out there. There's my thoughts. You have it, enjoy it if you're paying for it. Also, you get first thoughts, you get trailer reaction, trailer reviews, and much more stuff on my Patreon that you can't get on YouTube and Facebook. And also, I want to say thank you guys for watching this series. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. I love the comments. Thank you guys so much. I love the likes, dislikes, whoever it is, anything you've been putting on this review. Hey, it benefits me because YouTube sees it, algorithm's rolling, and I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you so much. So thank you for the love and support. Thanks for the reviews. Thank you for everything. Now let's go ahead and get into 2017's Logan. By the way, the first rated R movie in the X-Men series. Now, some people will say Deadpool is part of the X-Men series. He's the tie-in, but Deadpool is his own little thing. That was a rated R movie. They saw the success of Deadpool, so it was like, let's do this with Wolverine and get old man Logan out here. And yeah, old man Logan rated R, and it is great. This movie is, writing wise, it's great. I love it. I love the writing. I love the directing. I love the little details. For example, Wolverine claws comes out, and because he's legit cutting his skin, it's bloody around his claws. And I love those little detail, little touches like that. Or Wolverine, he's limping. Like, he's limping throughout this movie because his body has been worn down by so much over the years. So this movie is like 25 years into the future, after all the events of the X-Men movies, stuff like that. And Wolverine is old. He is done. He is tired, and he's getting by pretty much at this point. An event happens that causes mutants to really much disappear, so leaving only a handful left. And Wolverine really wants to just get by and get him and the other mutant who's in this movie, Charles Xavier, get them to a safe place and just live the rest of their days out on a boat where they can't harm anybody. That's it. That's pretty much it. However, when another character is introduced, things get a little bit crazy, and Wolverine finds himself in a situation where he was like, wasn't expecting, and now he has a kid in his hand that he has to kind of take care of. And now he has to get this kid to a different location, in a safe spot, in a safe place, and that is Wolverine. Wolverine, I guess to say, that is Logan. Wolverine wants to live the rest of his life out on a boat with Charles Xavier so they can live peacefully and not cause any harm to anybody. And now he has this kid he has to escort to a safe haven. And of course, because it's Logan, bad things happen. That is Logan, 2017 in a nutshell. And by the way, the trailer for this movie, I listened to that trailer or watched that trailer probably over 100 times. It's Johnny Cash. I think the song is I Hurt Myself Today, or what's the name of that song? God dang it, now I gotta pull it up because it's not I Hurt Myself Today. Hurt. Johnny Cash, Hurt. That's the name of the song. And this song is played over the Logan trailer, and it is so good. Talk about a great trailer. Like, there's a handful of trailers I remember. That trailer for Logan, and then Man of Steel's trailer. I remember those two because they're just so good trailers. And yeah, this song plays over the trailer, and you're just sucked into it. And this movie is like that. X-Men series has done a great job of opening all their movies with a good open piece. Like the openers of most of their movies are pretty well done, so it's engulfs you. You're getting sucked into it, and now you know what kind of movie it sets up to be. And then it's from there, the rest of the first act and second act, and then the finale of the movie kind of really what brings everything home. But the opener set the tone of this movie, and you get that right off the bat. Wolverine getting jumped by a gang, and he's just like can't really go at it like he used to. He can't take down a bunch of people like he used to. He's kind of struggling, but he survives, but he's struggling big time. And before I get into like my first thoughts, or I guess you already kind of had experienced that, but like more of my first thoughts and more into the storyline of it, I do want to talk about the budget and box office. So this movie had $97 million was put into the movie budget. Opening weekend it made $88 million. And worldwide it made $619 million. This movie brought in bank. The director of the movie is James Mangold, and he also directed the Wolverine, which that third act to me in that movie really suffers. But this one he doesn't do anything crazy like that. His third act is still a little wild, but it fits in this world you're in. It builds up. It doesn't seem jarring or shocking. Now, there are some CGI moments in this movie where you feel like the CGI doesn't hold up, but at the time, it was okay. At times, okay. Like, there's a scene where, oh my god, I can get into spoilers now, where I would say X-24, which is a clone of Wolverine, like, drags Wolverine to a tree bark and stabs him into this tree, and it's pure CGI. It's like there's no live action stuff. It is pure CGI, stabbed in computer animation. You're just like, not a good take. Should do something better there. But okay, we're rolling with it. And that's some few things about this movie that it some nags there. So I guess not even a nag. It's like something that I noticed or somebody probably would notice. But I think the main thing a lot of people would notice is the pacing of this movie. It feels long. I don't know why. This movie is actually shorter than Apocalypse, but this movie feels long. This movie is 2 hours and 21 minutes. Apocalypse was 2 hours and 24 minutes. So actually a little about the same pacing at the same time. But this movie feels longer than that. And I remember watching this in theaters the first time. I was like, this movie seems long. And at the time I first watched it in the theaters, somebody asked me how you think of the movie. It's like, it's a B. It's a B movie. It's not going to super extend. Like, you're not going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to watch Logan again tomorrow. But at the same time, you're not going to be like, this movie is a bad movie. No, you're going to enjoy this movie. It's long, but you're going to enjoy this movie. The action pieces in this movie, every time an action scene happens, there's one particular scene where Charles Xavier has a seizure. He's having these seizures, and these seizures can pretty much pause everybody in a certain radius. It actually kills a bunch of mutants at one point off screen that kind of lead them into the scenario they're in. But they're in Vegas. Charles is having a seizure, and Wolverine and X-22, or X-23 I should say, they are able to survive this, but everybody else is like frozen. Everybody's like can't move, and you can see in one scene where Wolverine is like about to stab somebody, but it's all in slow motion, and you just see the claws slowly reach. And this is great for directing because the guy looks over and see the claws like coming out, and you're just like, oh my gosh. But the action scene, the action pieces of this movie is phenomenal. Great. And then also the introduction of X-23, Wolverine's daughter, who is played by Daphne Keane, Laura. Great. She did a great job. Like, anytime she spoke or any her reactions and facial expressions played it perfectly well. She didn't seem out of place. Wolverine for to escort her to this place called I can't think of the name of it right now. Not Raven. It's a safe haven for mutants, and it's in the comic books. Excalibur? Nope, not Excalibur. And I'm probably forgetting it right now. Somebody's like typing in the comments, how do you forget the name of the place they're supposed to go? But it's in South Dakota, North Dakota. Actually, it's in North Dakota. They're supposed to get to this place so they can get the rest of the kids over the border where it's another mutant safe haven where they can get away from the bad guys. So Wolverine is supposed to escort this girl, but as he's trying to escort her, he finds out that his DNA is used to make her and give her powers. So he's like, oh, this is my daughter. She's a clone of me. Because they're all made in labs with genetics and like that. This is a clone of me. This is my daughter. Okay, well, I got to escort her to her safe place. And at first he doesn't want to believe it. He keeps trying to push it off. He's like, this is not real. I'm not going to deal with this. Not me. I don't need this. Charles, we're going to get out of here. Like, he's literally like, F the world. It's just me and my friends, and we're getting out of here. Charles Xavier is like, no, let's get her to her place. So he's kind of doing it reluctantly, but also find out along the way that she is him. Which is kind of a neat concept. And because X-23 is made in a lab, the people who made her, which also Weapon X, is still Alkali and still the remnants of William Stryker and his son and grandson. They're following, like, they're still pretty much in the business of creating mutants and trying to create these weapons to kill and harm people. And when the kids, X-23, Laura, and the rest of the kids escape from this place in Mexico that's building the mutants, that creating the mutants, when they escape from the laboratory, can't say laboratory right now, escape from the laboratory to get up to Safe Haven in Canada, they're getting chased down. So Wolverine, X-23, and Charles Xavier are being chased down, and there's a bunch of moments throughout this movie where, for example, Wolverine and them, they come across a family. The family takes them in for a night to give them a place to stay, and you see that moment what it could be like for Wolverine to have a family, for Wolverine to sit there and have, you know, Charles Xavier as a good friend, and have X-23, and they're all sitting there together at the dinner table and trying to experience life as a normal people. That scene is kind of touchy. And then unfortunately, because it's a Wolverine movie and because they just don't let Wolverine be happy, he loses everything. A weapon named X-24, what I mentioned earlier, gets created, and who looks just like Wolverine, kills Charles Xavier. Wolverine's like, this is not me. Why bad things keep happening to me? Why can't I have a normal life? And it's tragic. So Charles Xavier dies, and that scene when Wolverine has to bury Charles Xavier and he's trying to keep it together in front of X-23 and starts to lose it, and she comes over and grabs his hand. I almost broke the second time watching it. Like, I only seen this movie twice, and I almost broke because like, that is done so well. The writing for that is done so well. The pacing up to that point where X-23 is looking at him and slowly walks over to him, doesn't say a word, and just grabs his hand. That's tough. And Wolverine is sitting there trying to hold it together and watching one of his good friends die. It's tough. And it's a strong scene that I'm like, bravo, good writing there. And of course you have like the little superhero moments where the kids, like for example at the end of the movie, there's a bunch of kids who have superpowers. They kind of come together to use their powers to save themselves. But unfortunately they can't save Wolverine. Wolverine pretty much sacrificed himself to save the kids, and at the end of the movie he dies. And it's another tragic moment where X-23, Laura, is crying over Wolverine's grave, and Wolverine doesn't have a moment like he didn't say, I love you, daughter, I didn't say anything like that. He kind of looks at X-23 and just like, this is what death feels like. Or that's what he said, this is what it feels like. Like he's finally accepting the fact that he can die and rest in peace. Phenomenal. And after watching, what at this point, 9? Hold on. You have, well, he's in Days of Future Past, but it's not really Days of Future, that's not his movie. So, I guess, yeah, let's go Days of Future Past, X-Men Origins, X-Men 1, 2, 3. You have the Wolverine, You got Days of Future Past. You have Apocalypse. So 8 movies, and this is the 9th one in. And you've seen all the stuff he's been through over the years. To finally realize that he can finally like rest in peace after being born in the 1800s, you're just like, man. Man. My gosh. It is tough. Like, that is tough. But as far as pacing this movie, like, the scene after Charles Xavier dies and X-23 gives Wolverine to the hospital because he passes out because the poison of the adamantium is killing him. And he passes in the hospital and wakes up. That stuff is paced out so long. Like, it's literally like a long scene, and then of them kind of connecting again. Like, there's some long scenes here and there that don't really need to be put into it, but it's done. Or them getting up to North Dakota or getting up to the Dakotas and taking a little bit longer to get there for them to wake up and like, oh, here's the kids. All right, we're good to go. That is also a little bit long. Like, those things are a little long. The movie is an hour and 21 minutes. Maybe cut out another 15 minutes. I don't know. Maybe make it 2 hours. I think this movie probably would have been okay. I just feel like this movie is also a little bit longer, but the pieces that makes it longer still work. So if you can sit through that part, you can get through just the pacing of it and how long it feels, you're going to enjoy this movie. Because a lot of it is really good. Wolverine seeing the scars and him trying to heal himself, but he can't heal as fast because the adamantium poison is killing him. Him dealing with the thought of suicide, like, it's good. And then, like, you know, Charles Xavier, who's losing his mind and he's going insane at certain points, and then he's coming back and snapping back to old Charles Xavier. Like, those things, the little things you've seen over this series, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I think it's done really well. I'm probably rambling at this point now because there's so much neat stuff. Also, I'm talking about Caliban, who is in this movie, and when you first meet Caliban, I'm talking about Apocalypse real quick. You meet him in Apocalypse, and in Apocalypse, he is tracking mutants. In this movie, he does the same thing, but he's doing it for the opposite. Like, he's helping Logan to prevent any of the mutants to show up or sneak up on him. But unfortunately, he can't detect humans. So he get caught up on eventually. But when you meet Caliban, he's like nagging Wolverine, and it's kind of like annoying. It's like annoying nagging. I know what that feels like, and I think that's kind of neat how it's like they've been together for a while, and he's been around helping them for a while, but he's just constantly nagging Wolverine. Every little thing he's nagging him, and you're just like, man, this dude needs to get off Wolverine's case. Good Lord. I thought it was great. I thought it was great. Writing for that character was great. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the cast. Speaking of characters, where is my pen? Oh well, I don't need it. Alright, let's talk about this. Hugh Jackman as Logan. Great. Phenomenal. What more do you want from him? He is phenomenal. Just A+. Great. Patrick Stewart, Charles Xavier. Great. The depth of those two characters in this movie is done well, and the fact that you might not see Charles Xavier or Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier again, you might not see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine again. It is a bow tie on their years of playing these two characters. Freaking phenomenal. Great ending to both characters. Daphne King, who plays Laura, thought she did a great job. I believed her character, thought she did good. Boyd Holbrook, who plays Pierce, he's one of the antagonists to Wolverine, or I should say Logan and the gang. He is trying to capture X-23, and you know what? He did a great job. He kind of went back and forth with Logan. I liked his line delivery. Thought Boyd did a good job. Then you have Stephen Merchant, who plays Caliban. Thought he did great too. And then Richard E. Grant, who played Dr. Rice, also another phenomenal character. I thought he did great as well. So I didn't mind these characters. Great. And that is my cast. That's the cast. It's super quick. And because you have a cast that's small, you can grow with these characters. You can see what they're going through. Yes, you don't even really know what Boyd Pierce character's really background is, but you can see that he's, tormenting these kids. So you see the background through Laura and how, you don't like this guy. You can see that, Dr. Rice is a dude who's been around, who's testing these kids, and they want these kids back. You can see the urgency in that, and you know why they want them back, so they can get exposed to them, because they have a better weapon. That's all you need to know about these characters. And then, you know, Charles Xavier, Wolverine, and Laura, and Caliban, what you get from them is great. You don't need this giant cast to make a really solid movie with, what, I named about 5, 6 people? Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Music-wise, this movie's music is great. The music is great for this movie. It fits the tone of this movie. It makes you feel things. The setting and set piece and designs and backgrounds and the change of scenery in this movie, phenomenal. Great. Lighting, great. The little details on characters is rated R. You're going to see a lot of cut heads and severed heads and stuff like that in this movie, but those little details and the movements and the reactions of characters, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Is this a Friday night movie? Yes. Is it to watch with your friends? Yes. Is it to watch with family? No. Rated R. Remember that. And grade time. I'm going to grade Logan from 2017 an A-. It's an A- movie. This movie, like I said, is done really great. The characters are great. The actors are phenomenal. The set piece, the designs, little details like the blood on the claws or the rips in the clothes, great. The only thing is the pacing of this movie is a little long. Like there's certain points where this movie feels long. And it really shouldn't need to be that long, but it feels long. And, you know, it's an average 2 hours and 20 minute movie. That's the only thing. And that's it. Other than that, this movie is an A-. If you guys seen Logan for 2017, what did you think? Please put in the comment section below. Other than that, see you guys in the next episode. And keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, you want to see what else I'm doing in my normal life and other things that's going on, please follow me on Instagram at Ali_Zakka. I'll put it right here around my face. Yep, right there. Also, if you want more episodes of movie breakdowns or grind towards success or whatever it is I'm doing on YouTube, you know what? Follow my page right here, like I said before, the little comment thing right there, And then you can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns right here, and watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success right there. Other than that, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all. See y'all next time, and keep being awesome.